Hodge here. Today I am with Dr. Frank Banfield, with the creator of Kids Beach Club.
Executive Vice President, Kids Beach Club.
Okay. Yesterday I got to see have a little taste of his videos that are geared towards children and social skills. Correct?
Right. We focus on character education through the lens of Scripture.
Okay, so character education. So if you're an educator listening, we teach a lot of, if you're a SPED teacher, we teach a lot of character education. There's a big push for that, and we need it. And so tell me what you do, where you've been and where you're going with Kids Beach Club.
Well, as an organization for 17 years, we were an after-school program that does character education through the lens of Scripture, and we work through volunteers, 210 schools in 12 states across the United States. Over 100,000 children have been through the program over the last 17 years, and which was wonderful. Educators love the program because a lot of these kids that they were struggling with as far as behavior issues and things like that, they would come to our weekly clubs, get connected with our volunteers, our local volunteers, and then through the program, they just saw their lives change. And these kids who, again, some principals call frequent flyers because they're in the office all the time, they're having positive role models. They're learning the character education, again, through the lens of Scripture, and their lives are being changed. And so now the kids that were troublemakers, now they're the role models. They're the positive ones. And so that's been very exciting over all these years, and to see this kind of impact, year after year in the school system.
And so what do you say to people that they say, oh, nothing works? I've tried that. What do you say to that?
Well, for us, coming back to making something that's fun, that's engaging, that's enjoyable. Our 1 hour programs each week, they're fast moving, fast action, but the key though there is we have these amazing volunteers that are very positive, that really care for these kids. And so many of these kids don't have positive role models in their lives. And I think that's one of the biggest turning points. We did a study of our parents. So pre-COVID, we had 10,000 kids in our program, all over the country. And we did a study of those parents, and we asked them, what's the biggest thing that you struggle with as the parent of a preteen? Because we focus on 3rd through 6th grade. And so what's some of the biggest things you struggle with? And then what are some of the things that you really are looking for? And one of the biggest things that came across was positivity. They're looking for positive things. There are all these negative elements all over in society, whether it's media or even in the schools themselves, with how other kids are behaving. They're looking for positive. And so when they see a positive program that really uplifts the child, that pushes character education, and then you couple that with these amazing volunteers that are every week pouring in and listening to these kids. We do big group and small group. So we'll have a big group time where the kids are playing, doing things, but then we get small group, and those kids are able to interact with sometimes parents and grandparents, who are there in that community, and they'll listen to those kids, pour into those kids. So that works, and we see that work. And now we've translated that same thing to television.
Oh, wow. And so that's really neat. And so you mentioned pre-COVID and then post-COVID. So what was different? What was the difference between pre-COVID and then what you had to do for COVID?
So, of course, pre-COVID, things are running, we're growing, adding new clubs, churches are coming on who they provide our volunteers in these communities around the country. COVID hits, of course, all the schools shut down. We had one school, I think, that in North Dakota that kept running all year, when COVID hit, but everything shut down. And so right in the middle of the school year, right at the end of our second semester, and so we pivoted and started developing this little TV show, just in our training room. It was just something we'd have volunteers come in and just to do some different things. We had to have something to kind of carry things through the rest of school. And then it was so successful. We had so much feedback from that. Like, wow, can we do more of this? And so, not knowing what would happen going into fall of 2020, COVID still, heavy everywhere. So we then now pivoted to a scripted television show with actual kid actors and a set and everything else, and launched that. So again, we didn't know. We thought we'd be back in school, all of our schools last fall. That we were able to get back just a handful of them. But with the online version, with the television version now, the kids were able to stay engaged with us each week. They were able to get those lessons. But now, instead of just, now instead of just seeing it, now they're actually seeing other kids who are going through, and they're hearing about their life story as they're going through this TV series.
So, okay, so if somebody wanted to, how do we get this information? Where do they get the Kids Beach Club? How does that work, the process?
So our episodes are online at kidsbeachclub.tv, and so that's a great resource for to be able to see the different episodes. And then our website, kidsbeachclub.org, and that's where then we have links to the show, and then we have resources for parents and all that. So we have character education programs and all those. We're launching a new character education program specifically to be used in during the school hours that teachers and counselors will be using, based around our character words and based around excerpts out of these videos that we produce.
Okay, so I would like to take a look at some of the curriculum, and so if you would like to look at the curriculum, what is the website?
Yeah, again, it's kidsbeachclub.org. That would be the best place to be able to see the curriculum and the full program and the clubs, where we're at, and all of that. And then again, if you just want to see the television pieces, it's kidsbeachclub.tv.
Okay, is there anything else you want us to know, or you want to let everybody know about Kids Beach Club?
Well, I think it's just that we really are a partner with parents and educators. We love what educators are
You're
doing.
like that in between.
We really are. We really are the in between, and sometimes kind of the buffer. But we know that parents, it's tough being a parent these days. It's I'm a parent, but I've got grown kids. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like now with kids in school and dealing with COVID. And we know how difficult it has been for these kids. We talk to educators. It's been a challenge for them. And so we're really excited to be able to get back and to be that bridge. So we have educators come to us and say, we need Kids Beach Club to help these kids kind of reacclimate, let them know that school isn't a scary place. It doesn't have to be a scary place. Being out in society doesn't have to be scary. The community, we want to help them know that things can be positive. And so that's really what we're about. We're about partnering with parents and partnering with educators to raise this next generation of leaders.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Like I said, I got to see a little bit of an episode yesterday, and I was very excited about it. And so I'm going to take a closer look. And so, what information? So we're going to go to the kidsbeachclub.com, and I think Daniel already put it on the screen for you. And so just get in touch with Dr. Frank Banfield if you need more information for your school, or for your home, or for your homeschool. So thank you very much for listening. Share this out, and we'll be broadcasting this everywhere, and also on our new TV channel, GTF TV. Thank you.